Good afternoon, everyone. Just in case you was wondering, that storm is not here, but I understand that it's going to be coming this way. I was like, I can't believe it. We had a gorgeous day today. The temperature was almost in the 70s. I think it was the late 60s because I was out there. You already know I was out there. Then I came back home, put my scarf on, took a nap, made myself a cup of coffee. But, oh shoot, I left my microwave on open again and a drawer open. But anyway, I had got something accomplished today. I did get my ID made, the passport size ID for the My Ride. That darn thing cost me $18. And wait a minute, 18. I don't see, where's the price at? Oh, here it is, way up here, $18.07. Now that means that the caller ID, not the caller ID, the state ID was $32. And now I got this for the My Ride, $18. That's $50. I'm not used to putting $50 out there like that. But I hope it's just a one time. I can't think of anything else I got to do money-wise. Not this month anyway. Except unless if I want to buy something. Which I think I done spent my quota. But anyway, I got her done, y'all. I got her done. I got up. And the exterminator was supposed to come. But I don't think they came. Because I didn't care if they came, because the only thing I wanted to do was get straightened out, was get that, that My Ride thing out, which I didn't put it in the mail yet, but I'm going to take care of that, putting it in the mail tomorrow. So I got it already in my envelope, y'all. I'm handling this business of mine. I'll tell you, it's a lot. Believe me, it feels like a lot. It feels overwhelming. Like when you get a little age on you, everything seems a little blown up more than maybe it should be. But when you're young, you ain't thinking about it. You free spirited, you just ain't thinking about it. But sometimes when you get older, you see overwhelmed, it's too much. I need somebody to handle this for me. This is what I be saying. But then I said to myself, God gave me the strength to do this. So I'm going to do this. So I did this. And, I didn't, I'll tell you, I'm going to continue to do it as long as I'm able. I thank God for that. Thank God that I was able to get up out of bed this morning. Some people can't get up out of bed, let alone go walk, go take I took a ride to Walgreens, which the closest Walgreens to me was about, I think 15 minutes on my scooter, maybe 10, 15 minutes on my scooter. And it was such a beautiful day. I didn't mind at all. And the guy at Walgreens, he was grumpy at first, but then he lightened up. Yeah, he did. He sounded, he was complaining. To me, I don't know why. Why me? I was saying to myself, why me? I said, he must have been watching All Around Grandma. But he got all right. Cute little guy. And then he took my picture, ugliest picture I think I ever took. But like they say, your picture can't get no uglier unless, you look like that. But anyway, I was so happy about that. And then I came back home. I finally, what, I supposed to have been cooking them beans. But they was in the freezer. I kept them in the freezer. I didn't take them out. And so now I got those in the pot. I'll tell you. And I was going to try this new restaurant. I think I was telling you about it before. It's called, this is the flyer that I was looking for, the menu, should I say, that I was looking for the other day. And I was going to try it. But I said, no, that's more money. And so I might try it, though. I might try it, maybe. I don't know, I'm cooking. I'm in the mood for cooking, so, like I said, I got my beans in my pot. But see, this is the type of stuff they have. They have the grinders. It's Italian-like, And they've got seafood. The menu is huge. Oh, yeah. See, all of this right here. All this. And then you've got part of the menu over here. Okay? So you straight. And I do believe you can eat in as well. But then, you could have it delivered or, do it like that. And so I'm going to keep this right back here just in case I want to try one of their subs. Because one thing I can't find unless I go way downtown is a good sub. And we used to have them in the neighborhood stores. Do y'all remember those days? You go to the neighborhood store, you got the pizza place right there. You've got your little Chinese restaurant right there. You go and buy you some Chinese wings and fried rice. And then at one time when I first came to Connecticut, there was even though that chicken wasn't that good, I think it was called Virginia's Chicken Shack or something like that. That wasn't that good, but it was right there if you needed it. And everything was right there. There was a clothing store right there within a block from where you live. There's a shoe store right down the street from where you live. There's a couple of supermarkets. I don't mean a little corner store market. I'm talking about a supermarket where you go and you get your grocery store all on that one stretch. Now it's all gone. It's all gone. But I'm just saying that, I think it was basically in sort of like I would say sort of like a poor neighborhood, people that could walk to get what they needed for their house, or just send one of the kids to the store, get some greens or get some oranges, whatever. It was a full grocery store. And all of that changed in a matter of, I came up here when I was 14 years old, 1960. And so that's the way it was. And this whole area over here that they built when they made the Freddie Fixer, what they call the Freddie Fixer Parade. Oh, man, that used to be one of the biggest parades. Bands from all over the place came marching right down in your neighborhood. I mean, everybody who was anybody came out. Them, their baby, their dog, everybody came. The whole darn family was at the parade. People used to dress up. I'm telling you, y'all. These were the days. These are memories. You didn't have no shooting. You didn't have all that, going on around you. You go out there that day, you had a good time. People were selling barbecue. They were selling balloons. Everything that, it was like a holiday. You just hang out there and you hear music. It was just magnificent, y'all. I tell you, it was beautiful. But not today. Because that same parade that we used to have called the Freddie Fixer, some of the bands, some of the marching bands, they declined to even come to this city at all. Whereas, they used to be coming from all over. The parade used to last about 3 hours, I would say. 2.5 to 3 hours. That's how big that parade was. And the stores, of course, they were glad to have it because, they was the stores that were right there in the particular area. They knew that they're going to make some money that day too. Because people are going to come in there and get some soda, get some ice cream or whatever, even though they had it on the street. And people used to look forward to that parade. They get dressed, they go buy them an outfit. I'm talking about a whole new outfit. Because they're going to the parade on Sunday, all right? I used to be in there too, y'all. Get dressed up, buy your kids something to wear. The kids got to look good too, And man, those were the days. And like I said, there was no whole lot of violence or anything like that. This is way back when. Way back when you could walk the street at 2 o'clock in the morning, nobody's bothering you. You could do whatever you want to do. Nobody's breaking in your house. We didn't even have the key. I don't think we even had a key to the door. I can't remember because I don't remember having no key. The only thing I remember doing is going, I don't know, I guess we had to lock the door from the inside. Once everybody got in the house at night, you lock the door. But when I came home from school, I didn't have no key. I had no key. Just walk right in. And there was as a matter of fact, the whole street that we lived on when we came up here, they had torn that down. That's how we got to live where my mother lived. That's where she had bought the house. But that house was like a 3-story house. Like 1, 2, 3 floors house. Apartment building, should I say. And it was like a railroad apartment. A railroad apartment is one that's straight through, y'all, in case you don't know what a railroad apartment is. First of all, you walk into your apartment, you got your living room, okay? That's the room everybody hang out in, is the living room. And then after that, now this is where our apartment was set up. Straight through. Now imagine, this is living room is your first room, and you're going down, there's a door, you go down there, and there's another bedroom right there, and there's another bedroom right there, there's another bedroom like that right there. So there's 3 bedrooms in this particular apartment. And you go back in the back, that's where the kitchen is. What? Oh yeah, that's what's happening. But get this, when you got ready to go to the latrine, the bathroom, or to relieve yourself, you got to go out in the hallway. What? They had this great big bathtub. I mean, you could lay back and relax in the bathtub. Nobody's using this. This bathroom belongs to your apartment. This is how old these apartments and things were back there, even back in the 60s when I first came up here. And I don't think there was a sink in that bathroom, because a lot of times we would wash up in like a basin. Something like we did when we was down south. Because down south, we definitely didn't have no bathroom. Indoor plumbing. We did not have that. Well, one house we lived in, we did have a full bathroom. But it was only for maybe a couple of years. And then we had to move out because, we black. We didn't have no business in that house with a bathroom. And so we moved into a potato farm. But let's get back to up here. And then there's this long hallway. You know where the bathroom is. You walk in the door. Like I said, you walk in that front door. When you walk into the front door, and then there's another door to the living room after, you're entering the hallway. And this long hallway is just as long as your apartment, because it stretches from the front all the way back to the kitchen. Crazy, isn't it? I used to hate to take a bath in that bathtub, though. But once you got in there, you didn't want to get out. Nice and cozy. And then we had heat again. We had heat basically in the living room. There was a oil, a kerosene heater. I forgot how it was made now, though. But I think there was a guy, like in the backyard, he used to sell kerosene. I think it was 10 or 15 cents a gallon or something like that. And do you believe that we couldn't even afford that? We really couldn't. I'm talking 1960, 1961. And he somehow or another, I don't know if this kerosene was coming up out of the ground. Who was this guy? I can't remember. But he was back there. We'd go out the back door and we get us some oil. And that was the only heat that we had, except in the kitchen. And at that time, they had a kitchen that would burn, I think it was coal or something. It was somehow or another attached to the stove. Being I was kind of young, I was 14, but I can't remember exactly how everything was situated. But there was a stove there that we had in the kitchen that would also heat the house, if you're following me. But it seems like we didn't use that. And we had roaches galore. Oh, Lord. Those were our pets. They were mainly in the kitchen. And then in the kitchen, I wish I had the picture that I could show you. Maybe I'll find it one day. It's a picture of my whole family, basically. And it's of me. I would think I was about 14 or 15 years old in that picture. My brother's on it. The whole, basically my mother and all her children. And my mother had all except one. All except one of my brothers. He wasn't in. I think he was in the jail or something like that. But he was in juvie because he was only about 16 or 17 years old. And we had this, I think it was one window in the kitchen, but it was big. Everything seemed huge to me, back then in the day. And but we were happy. We were happy. Sometimes we didn't have no food. Who cares? Who thought about it? Ain't nobody thinking about no food. We ain't worried about no food. Because my mother couldn't afford it. She would do she worked at a restaurant at that time, a Star Barbecue. And I got to close this video, y'all, because I am yakking up the storm today. But she used to work at this restaurant. It was like a soul food restaurant. And a lot of times she would do the cooking, she would make the chili. They had chopped barbecue. And back in the day, remember the, chili hot dogs and the chili cheeseburger? Wish I had me one right now, y'all. And I just got through eating, but I could use one of those right about now. And so she would have to walk to work every day. She would walk. My mother was so spry. I remember, back in the days. Those are the days, y'all. But let me get back to this apartment building that we lived in. It was brick, but it was so old until the brick had actually changed color. And, and to get into our apartment, we was on the first floor. And then there was a family on the second floor and a family on the third floor. But you gotta first walk up these cement bricks. I think they must have been about 10 steps. 10 cement steps you gotta walk up to get to your apartment. Now, that's how they made the houses back there sometimes, the rental houses. And they had two pillows, I guess, of two pillows on the side, because sometimes we would go out there and sit on the porch, and we didn't have to have a chair because we would sit right there on the ledges or whatever they were called, little brick ledge or something like that. Yeah, that's the way it was, y'all, back in the day. And I don't even think we had a TV at first. And I don't know if y'all remember when they used to sell used furniture. They used to have a used furniture store. I guess it was something like the Goodwill or the Salvation Army, but it was privately owned, and my mother had gone there and got some beds and, because we had nothing. When we came up north, we had nothing but basically the clothes on our back. But we left a full, the house that we left was fully furnished. We had beds and everything, you know how it goes. Yeah, but still, those were the days, y'all. I think sometimes we didn't eat all day long. I'm not sure. I don't know. And every now and then I would have money. And I didn't eat in school because I was too shy. Because I was, like I said before, I think I told that part of the story before. You go to a big school like that and you don't know not one other person. And I think the school lunch was about 25 cents. About 20, I don't know, it was very cheap. But I wouldn't eat. Towards the end, I would start to eat, towards the end of the school year. Because I had came out of my shell. I had came back to me. And I had met friends. You know how it goes. Reminiscing, y'all. That's all I was doing. I wasn't planning to talk about all that blah, blah, but I did. And I'm glad I got it out. I'm glad y'all to let you know what was happening with me back in the day. Let me close my microwave. That could use a little bit of cleaning too. And I got my beans in the pot. I ain't put no meat in there yet. Ah, shoot. Something hot. I think I'm gonna have me an orange too. Because I already had some soup. Let me show y'all my picture. Let me show you. The one I took. I'm so embarrassed by this picture. But you know, it is what it is. It's me after all. Let's see. Where is the picture? This one. I didn't know the guy was going to tell me to take my hat off. I said, I'm bald headed. I said, I don't have no hair. He said, but that's one of the requirements. That's me, y'all. There she goes. Miss America. Look at that. Take a good look, or you ain't going to get a chance to see this picture again. So you got to put this in, embed this in your mind. Because you're not going to see this picture ever probably again. And on that note, I go in love. See you again soon.